And welcome everybody here to the Utah Jazz post-game report. And yet again, on the post-game report for the 19th out of our 20th post-game report, we are breaking down another Utah Jazz win and another double-digit Jazz win. This time over the 76ers. I got too far ahead to our next game, but we win 134 to 123. Jordan Clarkson dropped 40 points to lead the Utah Jazz to this win, their eighth straight game. That's their second time getting to an 8-game win streak this season. Blake, break it down, man. What a game for the Utah Jazz.
Look at the Utah Jazz, okay? You have Jordan Clarkson, who just had a career night, and the Jazz are literally just they start out terrible, okay? But
Terrible. Every game, every
single time. And then they adjust. And what do they do after they adjust? They absolutely demolish whoever they're playing. It is so awesome. It's
Absolutely.
awesome. 42 to
won.
35 in the first quarter. 24 to 37 in the second quarter. Look at that difference. They start to play defense, and they kept doing that the rest of the game, but they scored the same amount of points every quarter. That is a good basketball team. That's a great basketball team.
Absolutely. And
Basketball team is gonna win games.
That's why we've won 19 out of our last 20 games. And that's why our how do I say this? That's why we've won so many games by double digits. We've won like 17 games by double digits. The amount we've won by has been insane. And you look at it, Gobert. How many did he have? He only had 9 points.
He had 11.
He had 11 points. Still nothing fancy over
No.
from Rudy Gobert.
And you even had Bogdanovich have a terrible game.
He had
11
4, right?
points, 4 for 12. Yeah.
He had 4 points.
Or
He had
11
4
points, 11 points, 4 for 12 shooting.
11
0 for
points?
6 from three-point
Bogdanovich
land.
dropped 11 points.
And that just shows you every single person in the starting lineup was over 10. You had this gets me going so good. Ben Simmons, he scored 42. Tobias Harris scored 36. They were missing Joel Embiid, yes, but it's a different offense, okay? When they have Joel Embiid, they have to run the ball through him. Instead, they had Mike Scott starting, who hit 2 threes. He actually played not half bad in that game.
Yeah, no, he actually put up a solid game for the.
But okay, 78 points between the two of those guys, and we beat the team by 11.
11.
What?
And that just shows you really
My
how
God.
good the Jazz are, and it shows you how even when guys like Bogdanovich don't have the greatest shooting night, the Jazz can still go out, rely on a bench player to go out, drop 40 points, and win you a game by 11. That's dominant basketball right there, and that's why
Absolutely.
we're on the streak that we're on. And you also had a guy like Joe Ingles. Ingles played another phenomenal game. He's done a great job in place for Mike Conley recently in the starting lineup. And then you've also got a guy in Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, Donovan, another great game. What do you have, 25 points?
24, and he was 9 for 24, field goals, 2 for 8. And you know what? I'm okay with it. 5 assists. He deserves all the praise in the world. All of it.
Good. Another great game by Donovan Mitchell. Another just great overall game. And let's shout out Royce O'Neal, hitting some big threes to really close out the game for the Utah Jazz. And then you had a guy who was just playing phenomenal defense the entire game long. Really just showed energy, hustle, and he's doing that every game out there. And he's really solidifying himself for making a case of being on the all defensive team. And I see no problem with putting him on it for how well he is playing. And now the Jazz have got a tough stretch coming up here. And I'm actually watching the Clippers versus the Heat game right now. We go up against the Clippers twice on the road. Whether Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Pat Beverly are back for those games, we don't know. I assume they will. So that is what we're expecting for those games. That's going to be 2 tough games. You win both of those. You really solidify yourself as a Western Conference elite team. Not only that, but you separate yourself in the standings, especially with Anthony Davis hurt now. The Jazz have a legit shot to get that 1 seed, and it's always important to have those playoff home games. So that's definitely something to look at over these next 2 games for the Utah Jazz, as we'll have 2 tough, very tough games over the Los Angeles Clippers, both on the road. Jazz do tend to play well against the Clippers, so hopefully that streak can continue. But that is going to wrap it up here for the Utah Jazz postgame report. I am Addison, along with my host Blake. The Utah Jazz win 134 to 123. And make sure if you did enjoy, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and join our live stream for the Jazz and Clippers on Wednesday night. Have a nice night, everyone.
Yeah.